Hi, my name is Taiwo, and today I'll be demonstrating how you can create a virtual machine on Microsoft Azure using the Azure portal. So the first thing we need to do is to browse to the Microsoft Azure portal, and that we can use going to www.portal.azure.com, and you are required to have a Microsoft account on the portal. So logging into it, you can see I have an account registered. I click on that, and this will take me to the Microsoft platform, for Azure platform. So to create the VMware, we need two things running, three things in fact. We need a resource group, and you notice the resource group is in the location UK South, and we also need a subscription, and this is my Microsoft subscription one, and it's in the group my first subscription. Then we also need a VNet where we will create the virtual machine, and we have IP addresses for that, and DNS server, also the subscription and virtual networks. All right, so going on, we can move on by either going through create a resource, or we can pick on the hamburger menu. It's the same thing. You will see create a resource here, similar to one here. So you click on the plus sign, and you can see virtual machine creates here, but you can also type in create virtual machine, and you will see the option coming up. One of the reasons why a few people choose to use this method is because there are different third parties that offer similar things with that, and so we want to emphasize that we're using Microsoft platform. Then we go to create a virtual machine, and looking at it, we come to the platform here. Then we can see create a virtual machine, and we will look at we described that we will need a subscription, which is my Azure subscription, and we also need a resource group. I can create a new resource group, but I have one already that I've created before, which is my first resource group. Maybe in the next video, I'll also show how we can go about creating, applying for a subscription, and also creating a resource group. They are very easy to do. So the next thing is our virtual machine name. We need to give it a name that is distinct. So previously, I used VM1. I can use it again since there's no VM here. Then the region is UK South. We can discuss region. The availability zone. Right now, I'm not creating in a specific zone. I'm just doing it to show, so I can show no infrastructure redundant, which means I'm not emphasizing any zone. I just want to create it on the platform just for demonstration. So then we can also choose the operating system that will be used. We can go to see all images just to demonstrate the different types of operating system that is there, and each of them come with a cost, so we need to be sure that we're using the right type for the right purposes. So right now I want to use just create a virtual machine running Windows 11, and if we go down, there are different types from Ubuntu, from Red Hat, SQL. There are different types depending on what you need to do. So right now I just want to create one. So when we even go to the Windows 11, you can see there are different types of operating systems, each of them with different capacity, different abilities. So we need to be sure of what you do, so that because each of them will be paid for, and for the purpose of demonstration, we don't need a very high performance machine, but I will still choose one that is still relatively okay. So I'll choose the Windows 11 version 3, and click on that, and you can see there's an attending cost attached to it. If I move my video camera, so you see that it costs. So there is a cost attached to it. So we need to be sure of what we need to of all our requirements. So going back here, we know no infrastructure required. Windows 11, we're choosing x64 as the processor. Then standard. Um, yeah, this is the cost monthly, and especially if we are going to be using a high standard, then this is a bit high for what we need, and because it's showing the brand that was required here. So, but this seems to be the one that is the cheapest at the moment. So we will also create a username and a password. So I will put it Taiwo admin, and we will also choose a password that we can use here. I will go with my complex password 123 to meet the requirements. And again, complex password 123. All right. Then we are not setting any inbound rules, public inbound rules, because as we said, this is just for demonstration. Then I can confirm the license. We can go to next for the disk space, and I think where this is where we can choose the disk size. This just talking about the amount of space that we need, and then this is SSD. We don't really need a high performance SSD, but we can choose a standard high HDD since it's just for demonstration. So we have that, and you can, and if you look at, since we chose that, the cost for the monthly payment has also reduced. So it's important that we are sure of the type of machine that we are using. All right, so that looks okay. That looks okay, and then we are fine. We can go to create. Networking is there, but because we are not going to be, we are going to be using the VNet one, which is the default VNet that I've created, and we are also using a default subnet mask of 10.10.255. So we're using basics. Some of these things are pretty normal, and then we going to choose for the NIC, that network interface card, and the security group as well. We're choosing basic for them. So we will not bother with the other aspects because we're just doing this for demonstration. So we can go to create review, and here it will check for validity. Yes, validation to see if what we have done is okay. So we can look at our basics. We have the subscription, we have the resource group, the name, the location, the region, and the other information that we need, and everything seems to be okay. We have the network interface, virtual network, the subnets, and all the public IP address will be assigned to this once it's created. So we can go here and say create. And if we wait a little while, you can see it's submitting. So right now it's sending the request to on the Azure platform to create a VMware with the requirements, the hardware requirements, the software, which is the operating system, the space, and every other thing that is required for the creation of the machine. So it's just as if you go to purchase a laptop or you go to purchase a server. It is creating the infrastructure, it's creating the machine, both the software and as well as hardware on the Azure platform. And depending on the network speed, it can take a little while, but right now it's deploying this, and very shortly this should be created. And once it's created, we'll be able to log on to it. We've indicated that we want to use remote desktop protocol, and this will allow us to, from this particular machine, remote onto the device that is existing on Microsoft Azure platform. And we will be able to do just about anything we want to do with it as if we had a machine. One of the benefits of this is it allows us to have a third or a second machine that we can use specifically for work. And if need be, it also allows us to run applications remotely on the Azure platform. And because the platform is very secure, it also gives us a level of security, a level of power and speed that we normally not have on the machine. And this allows us to do a lot of collaborative work with other engineers or people that we have on our team using the same information. And the fact that Microsoft Azure is a platform that is supported by Microsoft, so a lot of the applications or processing power that we normally not have with us on our own premise machine, we can operate there. And there's another benefit is when we are having a lot of people who work within our organization, we can create as many virtual machines for them to be able to accomplish a lot of work that they need to do. And we can do that for as many people that we have within our organization and allow them to accomplish a lot of more work, both on premises or remotely. So we are just waiting for the machine to fully deploy, and once that has been done, we will be able to move on into our machine and see what we can do with it. So we can see the details that it's using, and we can also see the time that we got started with it, and also information. Yes, there it is. So if that has been deployed, so we can go to resource. So we can see right here the VMware machine name that we have, and the status of it, the name. This is a virtual machine that has been created on Microsoft portal. So there are various ways in which we can connect to it, but we can go through Connect. Connect via Bastion is a secure medium to connect to the machine. But if you are operating directly to it, we can just simply go to Connect. And yes, we want to use remote desktop. We can copy this and put it on our browser, but let me also show you how we can use the remote. So here we simply click on the portal, the link, and we click on connect. Then you remember we had the username, and now we have our password. Complex. 1, 2, 3. And we click OK. Yes, we have a certificate information. This is for security, and we click login, and there it is. There we go. So right now we have deployed a VMware, a virtual machine on Microsoft Azure, and it is logging in. Depending on the speed and the processing power of your home machine, your current machine, it might take a little while, but right now I'm using home connection, so it's not quite as fast, but usually this takes just a few seconds on a very high speed networking connection. So the number above here, 152, 140, 142, 142.196.32 is the public IP address that has been assigned to the virtual machine. This is the IP address that allows you to connect to the virtual machine. All right, this is usually the IP address that you will see mostly behind a load balancer. A load balancer is more like a software that manages traffic to the machine. There are other things that will be also added. One of them could be the network security group. This will probably be something that has been assigned by default since did not specify it, but it will be there. And then we are getting in and click next. Just accept the default settings for now. And we are logging into the virtual machine. And there we go. This is a virtual machine that we've launched on Microsoft Azure. And just like we have many other things that we'll probably see on our yes, you can see the name. This is my name, and we can log into the application. We can log into the virtual machine, similar to how we would have our own machine. So right now I'm on a virtual machine that is on Microsoft Azure, and I can work on this particular platform just like I would on my own home desk. But as I said, this is we can configure it anyhow we want to do all sorts of things, and then we can work collaboratively with other people to also get projects and other types of work done. So this is a short demo for this to show how we can create a virtual machine on Microsoft Azure. So just like any other machine, we can go to the start and we can shut it down. We have a shutdown. So we're shutting it down now. Yes, we have ended it. We want it to connect. Another way in which we can get into it is we can also put in the public IP address, but it's usually preferable that we go through because this is usually not the easiest way. So I would recommend that we always use the portal than going through the web. So I think this just shows that it's better to go through the web, going through the remote desktop than going through this way. Right, so let's shut this down. So once that has been done, we can go back to our home, and there we have the VMware that was just created 6 minutes ago. And since this is just for demonstration, we can also click into it. And one of the things we can do is we can also delete this as well. So if we go there, we click, we make sure we select everything that was created with it, and we understand what the thing, and we go to delete. So this will delete the VMware from Microsoft Azure platform, and it will release every information associated with it such that it does not cost us anything, because there's always a cost attached to creating it, and especially if we are using storage. So we have successfully deleted the Microsoft virtual machine VM1. So this has been a demonstration on how to create a virtual machine on Microsoft portal, um, and using the portal, and then I hope you have been able to learn a few things more. Thank you very much for watching, and look forward for more videos from me. Bye.